Denver, Colorado. The temperatures are in the single digits, but we're in Ball Arena where the temperature's just fine, and we should have some great lacrosse tonight between the Oshawa FireWolves and the Colorado Mammoth.
At home, and after one of them, Pat Coyle could not have been more upset, and then after the second one, after the acquisition of Hannah, he could have been more happy. The Mammoth will get the possession first. We go down between the benches. Our offensive guys, Eric Law. Eric,
but on the reverse end, Colorado, this is just the second game that we're going to have that Jack Hannah, Will Malcolm, and Andrew Q are back in the lineup together. So for this late into the season, just your kind of star guys getting together, it's only going to be a great sign for this Mammoth offense.
Oh, great sign for the Oshawa offense right there as they get a goal right off the bat. Great patience shown by the newly acquired Dawson Theede, and in his first shift, he gets his first goal with his new team, a team against the team he saw last week with the Mammoth when he played with Halifax.
A little bit of an unlucky break there for Colorado. The rebound just came right out in front, and he was there. You know, Dylan Ward actually tracked it pretty well right off that after that tip shot. You know, but it just wasn't able to get the stick down soon enough. And it's a good start here for Oshawa.
Our crew put a map together, but I didn't think about this till today because I had 3 friends ask me over the week, where is Oshawa? There's a shot and a goal. We'll get back to that point in a minute, educate some of the American fans, but Alex Simmons, a guy people here in the States already know well from his time at DU, gets on the board, and that's goal number 2 for Oshawa.
You know, unfortunately for Colorado, you know, a push call, you know, half the arena away. You know, head coach Pat Coyle is not going to be happy with that, right? Simmons, something as you've mentioned, we've seen a lot. Down pick around, coming up around the top, uses the defender as a screen, and shoots back, you know, against the grain to where he's going. And an excellent shot, an excellent location, puts it in for a 2-1 lead.
John, did you ever have to resort to those tactics, playing defense, or big shot from Simmons, and there's another goal. Oh, big windup, and he just fires it in the net.
You know, very much a set play for Oshawa coming off the bench. You know, they bring Simmons in late, ball's low, they're going to seal down, and they're going to throw it up over the top. You know, and this is a challenge, you know, for Dylan Ward, a right-hander, but on that left side. So your angle and visual is a little different, but a very good set play coming off a timeout that can be organized on the bench and to give a 3-1 lead here for Oshawa.
I think they're just creating some great offense on that left side. I think all those guys complement each other really well. Vela does a great job working inside, and then you can tell that Will Malcolm and Andrew Q are really starting to get this chemistry going, and they just need a couple more games, and you can see how dangerous it is.
Tye Kurtz, who John Gallant talked about what a big scorer he's going to be, found himself alone in the middle, a little defensive breakdown, and Kurtz was wide open, John.
Well, you know, that's a fantastic offense, you know, with ball swings. And so it's going to go, as you see here, it's going to go from the right off the bench to Dyson on the left, back to the right, and then back with the pick inside. So it's a pick and roll, but the pass is coming from the opposite side. That's very tough to defend, you know, at any level, and it's great offensive set by Oshawa, hopefully getting some momentum back for themselves.
Players going off for some early scoring. They don't really throw the hats here, though, in the NLL, do they? It's the sock trick we got to worry about. Oh, there's a shot and a score! And again, that's Alex Simmons, I believe, off the bus, and a hat trick on the books.
I'm going to let Eric walk through there because he had a great look, you know, from his vantage point and walk through the mechanics of what a great shot that is.
This is just an offensive wizard with a stick right here. This goal is a true shooter's goal right here. He just steps up, was able to run into it. I mean, you know, defensively, I would love to see the man come out and pressure him. As soon as he gets there, that's way too much time with his hands free that he's able to wind up. And he gets Dylan to drop down to his knees, and as he sees that, he kind of shoots off an off foot right there. So as he's coming in, you normally are taking a step and shooting off that opposite foot. He actually kind of steps with the same foot to get Dylan to go down, and just reads it and finishes it high. That is really tough stuff to do that he makes look really simple.
Mike Burr with the loose ball and then break it free, and it's a goal. Now the goal scorer, I believe, is number 16. That's Zach Mason. Burn had gotten the loose ball. And Oshawa goes to work. There you see on the pass, and Mason dives, and that's going to be a good goal.
What's amazing, it's a tale of quarters here. In the first quarter, it was Colorado going on runs, creating opportunities off of transition and faceoffs, and now it's Oshawa, you know, bringing them back to a 6-6 tie game. you know, it's momentum, right? And Eric knows this, you know, at any level, you know, sports is a game of momentum, particularly box lacrosse here. And right now, Oshawa has got it. You know.
And he still loves the game. There's a number of times. There's a shot saved. Nice job by Jameson to come over and save that one. Eric, do you remember doing that piece with Garrett Bowles? I think we were all a little surprised that the big man could move so well.
Of course I did. I remember trying it, and he wanted to go one-on-one from behind, and I was a little hesitant to want to do so, but man, that guy can move. I mean, that guy's side-to-side quickness is awesome. And it's been so fun to watch his kind of comeback as a Denver Bronco great.
Tye Kurtz gets in there, and he fires a shot, and he's going to rip another one home and get the tie game this time. I think this one's going to stand. I don't think anyone's going to be in the crease like his last one. It is 7-7. And Oshawa just continues to battle again. A ripper through the 5-hole. The 5-hole seems to be popular on both these goalies tonight there, John.
Well, you can see, you know, Tim Edwards' response thereafter with a little bit of a palms up in it with frustration. You know, again, player coming late off the bench. And so it's a challenge for defenses with this long run to get into their defensive zone, get organized, and then push back out to challenge these shooters. But, you know,
pants on. The lefty will be Q. He has it right now. Colorado again on a 4-goal run. There's a shot. There's a save by Jameson. And Doug Jameson is now 19th all-time in career saves. I apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Jameson for hexing him the first time. Tye Kurtz trying to put one in on Dylan Ward right away. But congratulations to Doug Jameson. Quite the feat. You know, John, we've been talking about the defense from both teams tonight with the highest scoring game. Alex Simmons going to work again. He shoots and it's in. Oh, what a play by Simmons. Got up high and then just, what a shot. I'm going to bring in Eric real quick with the creativity on that one to just rip it low and get it 5-hole even though he was high, Eric.
This is a great job by Simmons, because as he gets underneath here and as he takes off, normally when you take off and dive like that, you're trying to reach around the goalie. But as he jumps, he's able to recognize where Dylan goes and just that little opening down in that 5-hole. So as he's jumping up, he kind of freezes D-Ward and then able just to finish at 5-hole. Great creative finish. And we've seen him now. Sorry, guys. We've seen him do it in multiple different ways now. So you've seen him come off the bench. Yeah, the higher level you start to play, you really have to get creative, because it really comes from goalies being so good. So you have to get creative in how you get different release points, different shots. And when you talked about it, it's not all about just the speed, just like we see from a Tye Kurtz goal, who does just an excellent job of just letting his stick lead him. So even his body is going back behind the goal, he reaches his stick, so his body is separate from his hands, and does a great job of just finishing this ball as he's going almost back behind the goal and just reaches his stick out. So it's plays like that that just show that guys are just getting so creative with their stick, and just it's natural. That stick is almost kind of a part of them. But you know, there's a reason why I had to retire, guys. These guys are getting too good.
Yeah, beautiful sudden spin move on that one for Kurtz, and he now has the hat trick there, John. So of the 9 goals for Oshawa, but that could not be received cleanly by Simmons. This is a full 2-minute 5-on-3. We've got 1 minute now, 54 seconds left to go, and they're matching, and that's going to be Kurtz with it. Tye Kurtz has it, and he's going to feed it up top, sting the corner, and there's some spice out of Simmons. Now Kurtz with goal number 4, and that'll release 1 penalty.
Correct.
52 seconds left on the penalty time. I think that'll get Pilato out of the box, and Hess will have to stay, but we'll wait and see.
But again, we've seen this before, this wind up low, bring the stick back up and high to high. And that's one of the first tonight that's just been a blown a shot with, you know, with a lot of speed and mustard onto it. But they've continued to go. We've spoke about it all night. They've continued to go with the 4 guys, you know, out front and 1 behind, but in the last several possessions, it's a lot more up picks. So we've seen a lot more of that. Earlier on was down, and here comes a 2-on-1.
Oh, it's a goal! Wow, Simmons looks up, and what a great job of finding his guy. That was a great job to get it over to Patrick Kachuk, as he does a great job of putting that one home. Dylan Ward having to go pipe to pipe. That's what you always want if you're offense.
You know, I think Dylan, you know, it looks like he just lost himself a little bit. You can see the 2 steps, you know, to come over. He wasn't able to get all the way over to that left pipe. And, you know, Oshawa all night You know, they just kind of hung around, and they've had tremendous amount of success off of face-offs in some of their transition. You know, we thought with that goal from Vela, that might have been the nail in the coffin, but they come right back to put it within 2.
And now it's time to show you our TFL 3 stars of the game. This one's going to be interesting a little bit, Johnny, because the first star is actually going to be Andrew Q. Then it's going to be Will Malcolm. Last week it was Will Malcolm as the #1 star and Andrew Q is the 2nd star. And then, of course, Alex Simmons comes back home, and he had a beautiful night tonight. 4 points total, and those are our 3 stars of the game.